Hello, welcome back to another episode of Musings podcast. I'm your host Gungo Mildred, and I'm so happy that you've joined me on another Saturday for another amazing episode. On today's episode, honestly, I'm just going to be ranting about my phone because it broke down and I miss it. I miss it so much because it was left with so many things. And I know that even if I was able to repair it, I would still lose everything because it would have to go under software, something, and then a lot of things would still be lost. So, this phone, I got it in 2020 after COVID. So the place that I used to work at, they gave me leave. I think it was towards the end of March when COVID was now, the cases had increased in Nairobi, in Kenya rather. And so my bosses just texted me one day and they were like, don't come to the office today. We'll tell you when to come back. So I wake up and I check my phone, after the alarm goes off and I find the message. And I was like, have you ever been grateful for like, because one, I was very afraid of going to work because of COVID. Like I had these cloth masks and everything, but I was very afraid of being near people. I'm a germaphobe, one, and now you can imagine being a germaphobe, and then just two, I don't like people. And then these people, I'm being told, these people that you do not like, they also carry diseases. So you can imagine I was not I was not looking forward to being with anybody anywhere. So yeah, I did not like it like at all. But anyway, so I stay at home during the month of April, June, and I think I went back to work towards July, if I'm not mistaken. It was April and May. No, I went back to work in June. And before I went to work, my other phone, the one that I had before, it was a Techno. And I'd loved that phone very much. It was a Techno CX Air, if I'm not mistaken. And this phone, one day to the next, it started like you would call me and it wouldn't come through. Like from your side, it's ringing, but on my screen, there's nothing. Or it will be ringing on my side, but it's not lighting, so I can't even answer it. So I was like, okay, I need a new phone because the bosses I had were so, I don't know what to call them, but if they called me and that happened and I was taking my time to answer, there will be some consequences. So I didn't want to experience all that. So I was like, okay, let me find money and buy a new phone because I was working. It was easy to get a loan, blah, blah, blah. And so I did, and I bought my Redmi 8 phone. I got it because my friend advised me, like, if you want a good phone with a good battery life, blah, 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 get, I think, is it called Xiaomi or Xiaomi? However you spelled it, that one. So it's a Redmi, and I got it in 2020. I know it's old, so I get why it died on me, but still, yo, I bought this phone and I had to, like, it was easy to transfer things from my old phone into this one. So I didn't really lose anything. And the phone I had before the Techno, also that one, it was easier to transfer things onto the Techno. So like over the years, I haven't really ever lost anything while switching between phones. Like maybe a contact or two that wasn't saved on Google or something like that. Maybe I'd lose that, but I would earn it because I'll get it back. Because if you're calling me constantly, if you're talking on WhatsApp, blah, 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 you'll still text me and be like, hey, I haven't heard from you, what's up? And I'll be like, oh, I lost your contact. So yeah, I will get it quite easily. But then this time, this phone just died. Last year, that was the first time it did that, around February last year, I think. It just, I don't know, I was updating the apps and then I think something happened and it's just shut down. So it was giving me a weird message. I tried to do the things that they tell us to do on YouTube. I did that and it finally woke up. After like 2-3 days, it just by itself, I went to switch it on and it did. And I was so happy because it was such a relief. Because I was like now budgeting for a new phone. How will I start? How will I do? Where will I get the money? And I was in Sharjah at the time. So I remember talking to my friend and being like, okay, I need a new phone. What will I do? I'm checking the phones here. They're like this, the price and this price. So even if I'm telling her that, I'm like, I wouldn't want her to buy me a new phone because, she's already doing so much for me. So that's not a cost I want to put on her. But then I was just talking to her and I was thinking, I wish I had the money. I wish I'd gotten the job that I came here to look for. I wish I'd gotten it, so because I would buy a new phone. But then I never got the job and I had to come back to Nairobi with my phone that was already like 50-50. But then it gave me another whole year plus a few months. Yeah, because I came back and it worked. It was still like sometimes it would be like, hii nani kuzima. But then it will just do something and wake up. I don't know. So this day, was it like almost 4 weeks ago? I look at my phone. I was playing a game. I was playing Candy Crush. Candy Crush usually relaxes me. So I was playing Candy Crush. But then from 1 minute to the next, it starts slowing down. And I'm like, what's happening? So I press on. I just continued playing and was like, it's fine. I'll just continue doing what I'm doing. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it's fine. Because I don't know anything else, what else to do. So I continued playing because there's a place I wanted to reach in order to leave. So I did. I played up to that moment and then I stopped. I left it charging. I was like, let it charge and then I'll go to sleep. I do that. But then before I go to sleep, a friend of mine sent me a message. We had been chatting about something. I think it was a Democrats and Republicans. I don't know. It was something, a debate on the US politics and stuff. So we were discussing that. And so I had texted him earlier and then he replied while I was playing. So I didn't want to answer fast. I was like, let me just wait. But then when I went to do that, it was still sluggish. So I was like, okay, I'll answer him tomorrow because it was late by that time. It was way past midnight by this time. So I was like, okay, I'll just answer him tomorrow morning. I'll restart the phone and then I'll answer him when it's a little bit better. I go to bed. My phone has stopped charging. It's full. I sleep, wake up the next day, and my phone is still sluggish. So I can still see the notification from my friend. He has responded. I want to answer, but it's still slow. My phone is still very, very slow. So I'm like, okay, in order for me to do this, let me just restart my phone and then I'll answer him. Hey, I wish I didn't do that. I wish maybe it would have just still broken down, but I wish I would have let it just do that by itself. Because believe it or not, I switch it off. I put it aside just for a few seconds so that I can, switch it back on. And this phone doesn't have the like restart. It's you switch off completely and then you switch back on. So I do that. Switch it off. Give it a few seconds and then take it to switch it back on. And then, because I was still in bed, so I'm lying there, I'm thinking, okay, now it has already powered on. It has gotten to that part where it shows me like Safaricom, blah, 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 put your PIN. I check my phone and it's telling me the system has been destroyed. I'm like, what do you mean? Again, the system has been destroyed. Press power button to shut down. I'm like, I had just worked for some people. They're supposed to pay me. I was waiting for money to buy food. To pay 1, 2, 3. I was waiting for money. How do I communicate with these people? On WhatsApp mostly. These numbers, they're not saved on, I don't know if they're on Google or wherever, but they're on this phone. This phone doesn't switch on. So I get out of bed, I get my laptop and I'm checking YouTube. How to fix a phone that is saying, oh, the system has been destroyed. And whatever they're telling me is so complicated, at least to me. I'm like, I cannot do this. You have to download I don't know what on your computer, and then you have to do this and you have to do this. And some people in the comments, because people are commenting and they're saying, I did that, but it didn't switch back on. So I'm like, so that's not an assured thing. Because I don't know if you haven't switched on something on your on your phone, then it won't work. And I'm like, how will I even know if I switched that on or not? So, hey, I was so torn. I was so upset. I think I got worried immediately. I was like, what's happening? I tried to switch it back on. Every time it tells me the same thing. And I think it was after a whole day. that I finally realized, yeah, you do not have a phone. Now, the people I had worked for, these people are the kinds that you have to be like, hey, hi, my money. Hey, hi, my money, until they do. So even though pesa ilienda, needless to say, I don't know if they'll ever call me. So if they ever do, then I'll be able to ask for my money. If they ever call me back for another job, I'll be able to ask for my money. I don't know if they'll be like, oh, you know what? You didn't call us, so I didn't remember to send you the money, or what they'll say. But yeah, that's how my money went. Hivyo tu ndo ilipotea. Yeah, it just broke down. And I didn't know what to do, like screaming. Until now, I get to a moment when I just look at it, I try to switch it on, and I feel like screaming. Because I'm like, God, why couldn't you just wait until I got enough money to buy a new phone, and then this would have happened? So that I can just at least transfer my music, especially. And I had things on my notes. I had written some, I don't know, passwords to some things, some, yo, you know, the ones that you haven't saved on Google. So I had saved a couple of things there. And Evo too, that's how I lost them. And my music, I had more than 1,000 songs on that phone. Most of them, granted, they were saved on my memory card. But then I was like, I know for a fact that there's some songs that just go and save themselves on the phone. Because what I will do is I will download music, and then I will make my own playlist. So like it will be like Blake Sheldon. I will download his music and then just put a playlist for Blake Sheldon. Zayn Malik, I'll put a playlist, Zayn Malik. One Direction, Harry Styles. I had Niall Horan. I had Pablo Alboran. I had Lucy Hill. I had like country music, other country musicians. I had Zuchu. I had all these artists and their songs, and they will be on their playlist. So that way, if I just feel like listening to Shawn Mendes, I'll be like, okay, I'll just do Shawn Mendes. If I feel like listening to Camila Cabello, I'll just be on her. And then the last songs I downloaded were from like Zayn's new album, the most recent one, and also like Israel Mbonyi. I just got to a point where I was like on him since he came to Kenya last year. So I was just listening to him over and over again. And I had a couple of his songs downloaded, like all the Swahili ones, and I think one or two on this one. So I love listening to them. And those were the latest ones. So there's something I had done before, like the One Direction's one and Zayn and all the One Direction boys. So I had moved them to my memory card, because I don't know, at some point I realized they were on the phone. So I moved them to the memory card. But then when I was going to put them on a playlist again, something happened. I don't know. So I wasn't sure about them. So you can imagine the stress I went through. I remember talking to my friend Sharon, and I'm like, hey, I don't know what's happening. I don't know my music, because my phone has broken down. My memory card is on that phone. I want to transfer it because I have another smaller phone. Like it's an old Samsung. I don't know Samsung what. It's a very old Samsung, honestly, very, very old. And I have had it for a while. And if I was to travel from here to the village, I don't know if it will make it to the village with the battery. It's just an old one. And yes, it is helping. It has been helping. And it's the one that I usually record these episodes on. But still, it's very, very old. And it doesn't have a lot of features that were on that other phone. So even like restarting this phone with my Gmail so that most of the things can be updated, they can't, because the system that's on the other phone cannot be changed to this one. So I have these things on my backup on my Google Drive, and they're telling me they're going to be expiring in a couple of days because they cannot be transferred onto this phone. My WhatsApp, I had to download another one because this phone had the line that I had while I was in Sharjah. So it has the UAE number, and that's what was being used on this phone. So when I changed my Safaricom line from that other phone and put it in this one, it just just didn't do it. So when I went to, retrieve my messages, they didn't come from like the past few years. The last message that I got on this phone was from 2017 on my WhatsApp. Like if you send me a message in 2017, that's what I have. Numbers, any numbers that I've had on my phone that I got from like last year, because most of the other things that also came later on, slowly by slowly, after I, put my Gmail address on this, they were from 2013. So 2014, anything I downloaded last year, any number I saved last year, it's not here. I can't retrieve it unless that phone wakes up. I'm just done. And there's so many memories, like messages on WhatsApp. Yo, it has, like on my Google Drive, it has my backups from my WhatsApp, but they can't be, I don't know, they can't be retrieved on this phone. And then after a couple of days, they'll be gone, just like that. So I can't even, like, if I get a chance to buy a new phone, I can't reinstall them there. They're just gone like that. And it's just so many memories. So I eventually removed my memory card from that phone and I put it into this new phone. Okay, it's not new, but into this new phone. I did that. And so the other day I was just like returning, like going from song to song, putting them on the playlist like I used to on the other phone. And hey, after I was done, I found like so many songs were not there. I had Pablo Alboran, like I think more than 30 songs by him. I only got two. Blake Sheldon is nowhere to be seen on my playlist. He's nowhere. And his music I downloaded before even last year. It was from a long, long time ago. Same with Pablo Alboran. I do not know why they're not on my memory card. And my memory card still shows me that it has 7 point something, like of used up space. But when I check, it's like 3 point something of audio and I think 1 point something of, was it videos or something? So there's like, in total, they add up to like 5 GB used. So where's the rest? So there's Pablo Alboran missing, Blake Shelton missing, Zuchu missing, Lucy Hill missing. All the songs I downloaded recently, including Israel Mbonyi, they're not there. Zayn Malik's new album, not there. All the other music, I would be watching something and I hear a nice soundtrack. I'll be like, okay, let me find it and download it. I will do that. All of them, they weren't there. I had to sit down. The beauty of my brain is that when it comes to music, I'm usually very, very, I don't know how to call it. I don't know how to say it, but I remember music very, very well. And so I'll be just sat and be like, oh no, there was this song that was there, because I'm terrible with names, not just people names, but titles to books and to movies and I don't know, music and stuff. I just don't remember short names. So I'll be like, I don't remember the name, but it went like this. So I had to go to Google for some songs and write like the lyrics and then Google them, and then they'll be like, okay, these are the lyrics to this song. And that's how I got to download them again, because I just didn't remember the titles. I didn't even remember the people who sang them, but I know that I love the songs. But then I would remember where I watched them from, where I got them from. I'll remember something like, you know, uh, how they used to play one after the other on the playlist. I would remember that and then I will download them. So there's just one that I've not remembered completely by Daryl Ong. And it's a song that a lot of people know it. He's from the Philippines, so a lot of people know it. Whoever loves like Filipino teleseries, it has been played in a couple of them. So it's a song that I know I'll come across it, then I'll remember it. But I remembered one of his that was there. The other one I did not remember. These are the recent ones. So I've been able to recover a couple of those songs, like download them again. But then the Israel Mbonyis and blah, blah, blah. Those ones I'm still working on them. But it's just crazy how your life can just change from one moment to the other. And you don't remember such things. It's such a tiny thing. It's a phone. you know? And yet we put so many things on them. And then we just trust them to be okay and to keep our secrets and to keep our things. And then they break down from one moment to the next. And then you're left there wondering, what am I supposed to do? Because my phone broke down, I have a lot of passwords that I don't want to remember. Because my phone broke down, a lot of messages that I'm still treasuring, I didn't want to delete them. They're there. And they're backed up on my drive, but I can't recover them because this phone is not compatible to that one. So I still feel like screaming. Naingia to Jumia sometimes, I look at the phone and the prices and I'm like, God, do something for me, I beg, because this is not okay. This can't be okay. It's just not okay what I've suffered through, because I want my phone to wake up. I just sometimes just look at it, try to switch it on, and it tells me the same thing. The system has been destroyed. I call these tech shops to ask them if that can be fixed, and two of them were like, yeah, it can. Bring them to a shop. How much is it going to be? They tell me the price. And then another one, a lady told me, ati ni gani hiyo? I told her Redmi 8. She was like, hiyo ni ya kitambo. Hatuna hiyo. Hatuna hiyo. I was like, okay. Sawa sawa. Like, alifanya nikasikia ni kama msimu yangu ndio. I know it's old. But if it can be fixed, you just check and see if it can be fixed. Someone you tell me it can. But yeah, so I just wanted to rant about my phone. I've lost so many things on that phone. I still feel like crying. As I said, I look at it sometimes, I just feel like screaming because I remember all the memories. And then there's some songs that are saved on my Google Drive and they were not on the memory card and they're not on the phone, the other phone. So they're just saved on my Google Drive. Although when I had the other phone, I could play them. But on this other one, because after making the playlist again, I go and check, and some of Pablo Alboran's songs are actually saved on my Google Drive. I don't know why they got saved there. That's the crazy part. And a lot of other songs, they're like, I think 50 or so songs saved on my Google Drive that I had now to download from there onto the phone now so that they can be saved on my memory card. So now my fear is, what if this one also breaks down? What will I do? But yeah, kama kuna mtu uko nje anaguzwa, ako na simu 2 3, you can give me one, I'll appreciate it. Because right now, getting a new phone is just like not even on my cards. I don't know. They have so many things that I need to do with money, and money is the one thing that has been running away from me of late. So I don't know. Like, it's not something I was like, I knew I had to buy a new one, but I didn't think I'd have to budget for it so soon. And the crazy thing is, right now, I cannot even budget for it because I have so many other things that I need to do with money. So I don't know. Hapo ndo natamani ningekuwa nimefikisha subscribers wengi. I could get like influencers with the ones that sell phones and stuff. I could influence for a phone company. They'll just give it to me as a prize, as a gift. So yeah, my memories are back on my phone. A phone that is dead. And even if I get the money and I take it to the fundis and they tell me they can check it and they can fix it, I won't be able to recover those memories. I don't know. But maybe there's a way they can save them before they update the system or whatever it is that is wrong with it. I don't know. But if they could, I would appreciate it like crazy, because where did my music go? They're just on that phone and it's dead. It's just there and it's dead. All these memories, all these notes that I used to write there, just gone. Books I had downloaded like on God. But I think those ones I can recover from my Word. I just don't remember what email I even used to open my Word. Or maybe I just used like my normal email. Maybe I should check. I don't know. But yeah, that is me ranting about my broken down phone. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. I don't know. Tell me in the comment section below if you've ever experienced something like that, that if your phone just broke down, or your iPad or your laptop, and it had so many memories that you couldn't recover, and every time you think about them you just feel like screaming. Tell me. If you can't text me down here, go to my Instagram, Musings Podcast, and tell me there. And also follow me on Women's Business Podcast. Follow me over there as well. If I haven't spoken to you and we have been speaking before, I understand that I do not have your number. So please text me a hi on my WhatsApp. Then I can be able to get your number and maybe save it. And yeah, if you want us to continue communicating, I'll continue doing so. And yeah, while you're doing that, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so that whenever I have upload something new, you're going to be among the first people to come and watch. Okay? Bye-bye now. Love you.